Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite girl, Luscious Hadiza, and this is your favorite channel, Luxury Living with Hadiza. So if this is your first time seeing this pretty face, thank you for stopping by. Luxury Living with Hadiza is a channel that focuses on everything luxury life in Africa, from real estate to fashion to travel to the essence of us as Africans. So if you know that you enjoy this kind of content, I would love for you to become a part of this big and beautiful family. So first of all, thank you so much to everyone who watched my last videos, who has been watching. Like, the engagement has been through the roof. Round of applause for all of you guys. I love it so much. Like, the amount of feedback I've gotten, the amount of people telling me, oh, this is lovely, I really enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much. I don't take it for granted, and I'm so just blessed to be experiencing. Like, talking is one of my hobbies. Anybody that knows me knows I love to talk. So to be able to talk and people are enjoying what I'm saying, I just love it, and I'm so grateful to have this experience. So today's episode, we're going to be delving a little bit deeper into some of the things we did while in Accra. We're still on our Accra series, guys. So this time around, we're going to be focusing on some of the sites that we saw, the beaches we went to, Osu Castle, and some of the experiences that we had while we were there. I'm going to be doing a focus on Osu Castle in another video, because I feel like that was a very awakening experience. It was very deep, and I think it's more than just like 5 minutes. So I will be doing a focus on Osu Castle in another video. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you have fun watching everything that we did. I hope you plan to have Accra on your bucket list before the end of this year. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for staying to the end, and I shall see you at the end of this video.
First on our list is Labadi Beach. We visited Labadi Beach on our second day in Accra. We had such a long and stressful day, so we decided to go cool off by the beach. Labadi Beach was generally calm, peaceful, beautiful, very beautiful views of the sand, the water, the sunset. Everything was beautiful. It reminded me a lot of Elegushi Beach in Lagos. You have the boys with their horses asking you to come take pictures. There were lots of beachfront shops where they sell food, play music, games, and all those kind of stuff. And unfortunately, we couldn't get access to Sandbox Beach Club. It was closed for renovation. We later found out that there are different parts of the beach. We went to the free for all section, which cost 20 cedis to get into. The other sections are accessible from the Labadi Hotel. We ran into two boys who asked Shelley for money, which she gave them, and they were so happy, and they ran off into the sunset. We took walks on the sand, and we created our little Hadiza and Shelley takes Accra, and then we caught the most beautiful sunset, and we left when it was starting to get too dark, because the crowd was beginning to look a bit sketchy and the security didn't seem that high. But generally, it was a very good, calming and blissful experience. I will definitely visit again. So second on our list is the Accra Black Star Square, also known as the Independence Square. But first of all, that day we had a little detour. When we left our hotel, we had the intention of visiting Osu Castle, but by the time we got to the Osu Castle, they were having a meeting there. A general was there having a meeting, so they couldn't open it for us to have access to it. So we decided to take a walk around the grounds and just have a little bit of a look around before we went to the Black Star Square. The Black Star Square is like a 10-minute walk from Osu Castle. So we got to the coastline, Accra coastline, which is the bank of the Atlantic Ocean, where slaves were transported from this Osu Castle to the other side of the world. And the energy of this place is, I feel like you can still feel that energy even years after all of the experience of slave trade has passed. It was calming, it was beautiful, but the energy of everything that had happened there was still very palpable. So I'll not say too much about Osu Castle until we get there. So let's move on to the Accra Black Star. So getting to the Accra Black Star, also known as the Independence Square, it's a very, very significant monument in Accra. It's bordered by the Accra Sports Stadium and the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. The Black Star Square is a very significant sight to see in Accra because it's a symbol of independence, it's a symbol of strength, it's a symbol of everything that the African story represents. It was constructed in 1961 by Kwame Nkrumah, who was the first Prime Minister or President of Gold Coast, which is now Ghana. He became the first president in 1957, and he commissioned the construction of the Black Star as a representation of everything that Accra has been through. So it's a very powerful memoriam. From all around it, you can see the Accra coastline, you can see the stadium, you can see the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, you can even see all the way to Osu Castle from here. So it's very beautiful. It holds a lot of power and strength for the city that is now Accra and the country that is now Ghana. While we were there, we met some very amazing staff of the Black Star Square. This is called Wisdom. He gave us a brief history of the Ghanaian flag and of the Black Star. The Black Star was a shipping company founded by Marcus Garvey in 1918. It had the aim of linking the 400 million people of color around the world with Africa. And here he was telling us that this is the reason a lot of African flags have this Black Star in it. It's a very powerful symbolization and representation of people of color and the dream that Marcus Garvey had to have the Universal Negro Improvement Association, which he started in 1914. From there, Wisdom offered us lunch. I can't remember exactly what this was called, but guys, this was one of the most delicious things I had eaten in Accra. I remember he said the soup was a white soup, then the swallow was kind of like fufu, but I can't remember the name that he called it. I'm going to Google that white soup because it was so delicious. We were actually starving because we hadn't eaten all day, so we settled down and we tried this Ghanaian fufu, and it was delicious. Like Shelley, that has never eaten fufu in her life, ate like half of hers, and I ate mine, and I ate the remaining half of Shelley's own. It was delicious. This place was such a beautiful experience. All in all, the staff was so welcoming, and it's 100% free. It's free. You can only give a donation to the staff if you want to, but it's a beautiful experience. Here we felt the true Ghanaian hospitality that we had been told about. You know, they offered us food, offered us water, told us the history of everything that the Black Star represents, and it was such a beautiful and powerful experience. And I am so certain that I am going to visit the Black Star again. I'm going to look for Wisdom because he promised us jollof rice and he wasn't able to come through on his promise because we didn't have that much time in Ghana. But I will definitely be back to look for Wisdom and his jollof rice. So this was us trying the fufu for the first time, and ooh, wow, it was delicious. So ensure you check out Black Star Square whenever you're in Accra. Ask for Wisdom. He's going to give you the best tour you've ever had, and if they have this fufu around, be sure to try it. So the third on our list is the Osu Castle. The Osu Castle is of course located in Osu. It costs 40 cedis to go into, and it was one of the most moving, intense and eye-opening experiences that I had while in Accra. Like I said earlier, I'm not going to be giving out all the details of the Osu Castle now because I have a video specially dedicated to the story behind this place and everything that it symbolized while it was in full operation. It was occupied by the Danish and Norwegian government around the time of 1661 in the 16th century. It was the main administrative seat of the colonial government, and as much as it was a government office, it was also a place that was used to gather slaves and then transport them from there to Cape Coast, then from there to the other side of the world. It was a very painful experience to relive, to be honest, but it's such an important part of our history that we cannot just glaze over. It's an important aspect to know that these are the stories and some of the things that our ancestors had to go through to get us to where we are now. And I feel like some of these stories are so paramount and important that we know them. Number 4 on the list is Makola Market. Guys, you would not believe the worst happened at Makola Market, but let me not get ahead of myself. First of all, Makola Market is one of the main markets in Accra. It's a very massive, fast-paced crowd, and you really have to have all your wits about you in this market. You can get everything here, from food stuff to clothes to shoes to handbags to wigs. It's a very, very huge shopping center. So walking into the market, I noticed that their food is very nicely packed. The market seemed very organized, and I felt that was impressive. Their food stuff seemed very fresh. I actually wish I could buy a lot of food stuff and take it to Nigeria with me, but unfortunately I couldn't. I was taken aback by how huge their smoked fish is. Like, just get a load of the size of these fishes. Anyway, moving on to the main thing. There are a lot of people, so you actually have to keep your wits all about you. Guys, you will not believe that Shelley got pickpocketed at Makola Market. Yes, it actually happened to her. So when we were walking in, our friend Maxwell kept telling us, hold on to your purses, ensure that they are closed and all. Before we knew it, we closed our eyes and opened it. We were in a very huge crowd trying to make our way out of the crowd, and next thing we knew, money was missing from Shelley's purse. The purse was hanging open, and we looked in and 300 cedis was gone from that bag. It happened literally in a flash like this. So if you're going to Makola Market, be sure to keep your money where you can see it. Maxwell told us how he also got pickpocketed and his money was in his breast pocket. So those guys are fast and they don't send your papa. So if you're going to visit Makola Market, shine your eye. That's on period. Number 5 on our list is called Boti Falls. Boti Falls is located in the eastern region of Accra in an area called Yori Krobo district. I hope I'm getting the pronunciation right. It's a very long drive, an hour 30 minutes drive from Accra Center to where Boti Falls is. Getting there, you find the place very serene, kept in clean conditions, although I thought that there would be more sources of entertainment there aside from the waterfall, but for now it's only the waterfall that's going on there. When you drive inside, you see that they have sitting areas for entertainment, they have cabanas where they sell drinks, they have people who make handmade jewelry and stuff like that, although the cabanas were all empty that day. Probably they weren't working. To get to the waterfall itself, we had to take a very, very long flight of steps, about 1,000 steps together, and it was so exhausting. If you have not been working out all year, trust me, this is all the cardio that you need. The vegetation in this area is actually very lush. We saw the biggest Iroko tree that we've ever seen in our lives. It was literally so huge. And then we saw a huge ass praying mantis here. I don't know what they are feeding them in this area, but just look at this. Like, what? Why? So we walked down all the way. All of us were gasping for breath by this time, but when we got to the foot of the waterfall, it was all worth it. The views from this place are extremely breathtaking. That is the one word I have for this place. It is simply breathtaking. The two waterfalls, the bigger one on one side is the male one and it's called Kofi. Then the smaller one on the other side is a female called Efia. There is a mating ritual that goes on during raining season when the waterfalls come together and form one. And then there is a myth that during that mating season, the whole of Boti area is covered by a big rainbow. Getting to Boti Falls was a rather pricey trip. It cost about $200, 2,400 Ghana cedis to get there. We had to get a personal car and a driver that would take us there and bring us back. Although Ubers go there, but it was recommended for security reasons for us to have a driver who can stay with us through the trip and bring us back. Generally, it was a very worthwhile experience, and of course, you trust me, I had to go under the waterfall. I wish I had my bathing suit on, but even with my jeans on, I was like, nope, I'm not gonna miss it. I talked to this handsome Accra man to please hold my hand and take me under the waterfall, because it gets very deep the closer you go to the waterfall, and the sand beneath is very slippery. So they kindly obliged me and I went all the way to the waterfall. And when you get close to the waterfall, you actually feel somewhat frightened because the pressure is so high and it feels like the water can literally wash you away. But I was happy and I did that, and I got my beautiful James Bond slay queen under the waterfall shots. Come on, it's a babe and more. Anyway, I'm glad I went to Boti Falls, and you should check it out too. So last but not least, we make it a brief touch on the nightlife in Accra. First pro tip, if you're going out on Friday, get ready for traffic. There is traffic in Accra, a lot of it. This was us sitting in traffic for like 35 minutes for a trip that was meant to be about a 10-minute trip. So the first stop that we made was the Aliba. The Aliba is actually a very, very, very genius idea. I already talked about it in my B-Day vlog. It was a place that was a dumpster, as you can see from this picture, a dumping ground that was turned into this beautiful bar, and I feel it's just ingenious. My Nigerians, you will love this place. A lot of Afrobeat music, a lot of hot spicy wings, and their drinks are actually affordable from like 600 Accra cedis upwards. We had a lovely good time in this place, and we left to the second destination after about an hour of turning up. So our last stop for the night is called Mood Bar. Mood Bar is also located in Osu, very close to the Aliba, but here we were sitting in traffic again. Anyway, getting to the Mood Bar, I found the vibe very chill, very nice, very beautifully planned. They had a saxophonist that played most of the songs live, and it was really lovely to watch. The music was very good. The crowd is a nice hip crowd. Their cocktails start from 60 to 100 cedis, while their bottles go from 1,500 to 6,500 cedis depending on what you're drinking. So generally it was a very nice vibe. I would definitely love to visit the Mood Bar again. The music was very good. They had a nice mix of amapiano music, Afrobeat music, and just, you know, generally a very good vibe. So this brings us to the end of our video. Thank you so much for staying with me to the very end of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Accra was too late. Generally, all the places that we went to, we had such a good time. Look at my Accra boys flexing now. Look at this Accra flex. So I would definitely love to club hop a little more in Accra, maybe another time when I go there. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you would like, subscribe, and leave your comments. Thank you for all the comments that have been going on, but I want to see more. Keep subscribing, keep liking, and I will see you in my next video. Have a lovely day, guys. Thank you. Bye.